Hey there. Right now I'm just making some tea, and when I come back, we're going to look at my ultimate list of the of my favorite ladies of horror. So we're going to be looking through some Blu-rays, some DVDs, some box sets. We're going to talk about a lot of different films that I think had scream queens, horror heroines, had like a lot of uh, or just basically something that just had a really great female cast that I think did fantastic. So we're going to talk about some of the great horror heroines of all time. And when I come back, we'll get straight to it. So tonight's actually a request video from my better half. I was trying to think of a video to do, and I had planned to do like kind of just a regular collection video on with my kind of Anchor Bays, my Blu-rays, DVDs that Anchor Bays and Blue Underground DVDs that I got. A couple of my Mon Macabres. Uh, this company I got to get more of too. But I wanted to do like well, she said, do something different, do something more personal, like do like your favorite like scream queens. And I said, I want to go beyond the scream queens and do like a lot of the ladies of horror, kind of like the fit in the whole category. Uh, and so here we go with, and I'm sure I'm gonna miss some, and I'm gonna get some names wrong. That's pretty much par for the course. Nothing can be as bad as going over to that movie shelf, looking for a movie that's in my hand, and wondering why I can't find it. If you have not seen that video, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but definitely go back and check it out. So, to start it off, I thought we'd start with one that actually kind of addresses the whole situation, the whole thing. And one that didn't do much when it comes to the era, but she really like stood out to me, and I thought she was a great choice in this one. That's Patch McKenzie in Graduation Day. It's an unusual name for a scream queen, isn't it? And she was a kick-ass character because in this movie she comes back and she's like, she's in the army or something like that. She's been away for a while, or like her sister's died, like there's horrible like life at home. Her father's like an alcoholic; he's kind of abusive, and she kicks ass in this movie. She's not like the typical like running away type heroine type of character. She's she's pretty much an ass kicker. She does a damn good job, and though she doesn't like guess the killer till it's almost too late. Uh, Still, great movie. And what's even better about this one is about 88 films. When I go to England, one of the companies I'm going to be looking to grab some of is 88 films. So I know they had a FOP sale a while back, and I missed out on that one. But I'm hoping that there'll still be some stuff on sale when I get up there. So early October, is that a good time for sales over there in England? Let me know if you're from England. I'm super stoked. 3 weeks away. So, Scream Queens Horror Heroines Exposed. That's a documentary. And it talks about a lot of the Scream Queens that I am going to mention on here. So maybe I'll keep this one close by. Because in case I forget a name, there's a few of the names on the back here. Yeah, I'll do that. Next up is a more modern one. And it has Sharni Wilson. Who's Sharni Wilson? Well, she's the star of You're Next. Now, if you've seen my videos and reviews, when I first watched this movie, I was not a big fan of it. Actually, I love the music. I used to put this on and just listen to that awesome song over and over again. But the one thing that I did like in this movie, I found a lot of the characters were pretty unlikable, like a lot of the family were. But this one standout character, this one girl that just like kicked ass, was Sharni Wilson. They had a good reason for her like being able to do it as well. Her her ex boyfriend was kind of like really into like survival, and so she was just like a super like I want to see more with that character. I like to see her with a more likable like cast of family members, but I understand why the family members weren't like one. This was a movie that actually became something that I really did end up liking down the road. But Sharni Wilson, in Your Next, she's like goes to like the whole like Ripley school where she basically just kicks butt. And if you don't own it, you really do owe it to have in your collection. A good friend of mine actually sent me this one. This one and Wolf of Wall Street quite a while back. Let's go from this side. And Jodie Foster, Silence of the Lambs. Now, this is not the only Jodie Foster movie that would have her in a horror role, and I have the other one that I would really probably, I couldn't find it right now, but it's a little girl that lives down the lane. That's probably my favorite Jodie Foster film in the whole horror thing. But the character of Clarice Starling is an amazing character. It's a great breakthrough character. It's like this kick-ass female FBI agent. Of course, she was played by other actresses as well. Played in the other one, Julianne Moore, right? Yeah, I think it's Julianne Moore. Because she was recasted because she didn't come back. And I don't blame her. I saw Hannibal. It was very good. So she did good for you, Jodie Foster, for not coming back. This is a really great film, though I have this on Blu Ray as well. Blu Ray? No, not Blu Ray. Do I have this on Blu Ray? No, I got the special 2-disc DVD edition of it as well. But this is the out of print Criterion edition, so showing off that one. But yeah, it's a really great one. Jodie Foster does an amazing job in that film, and she really embodies the character. She gets the accent down. She brings the character to life, takes it out of the book, and actually brings more to it, in my opinion. Summer falling. Let's not have let that happen again. Next up is, well, Sissy Spacek. She didn't do a lot when it came to horror, but she did do Carrie, and everybody remembers Carrie. There were other Carries. Of course, there was Grace Moretz as Carrie. There was Angela Bettis as Carrie. And I'm sure there'll be more Carries. I can't remember the actress who played Carrie's sister in Carrie 2, The Rage. But Sissy Spacek is definitely the definitive Carrie. She did an incredible job in this role. She went from actually carrying sets from Phantom of the Paradise to starring in Carrie. So I'm desperately trying not to say she helped. I'm a dad, so I'm going to say it. Carrie, the film. And honestly, there's a better actress in this than Sissy Spacek. And that's the truth. And this one actually did act in a few more horror, including Dario Argento's drama. And that will be the amazing Piper Laurie. Has there ever been a scarier mother in a film than Piper Laurie in Carrie? Well, maybe Faye Dunaway in the Joan Crawford one, but no, Piper Laurie wins it out. Next up is From Beyond. Anybody that watches my channel knows I love Barbara Crampton. She is beautiful and amazing and intelligent, and she does a lot, and she's done a lot for the genre. She was in Reanimator, she was in From Beyond, she was in that one, Your Next. She actually played the mom in that as well. Unfortunately, it was too short of a role. I still want to see her doing stuff. I have a favorite scream queen, which we'll get to, and a lot of you guys aren't going to know who it is. But she's blonde and she's buxom, and I like her. Next up is Natasha Kinski. Started, of course, in Toot the Devil a Daughter with Hammer, but this fantastic film here, Cat People. If you get this one by Scream Factory, see if you can get the DVD as well, because the DVD has a bunch of features on it that they didn't get the rights to and ported over. Natasha Kinski is a gorgeously beautiful lady. I love that European look. I grew up on giallos, and she is just amazingly beautiful. This is young Natasha Kinski here. Cat People is such a fantastic film. It's got a beautiful score, some great songs in there. I think there's didn't David Bowie do a song for this? like the main song, right? Happy was by David Bowie, right? Yeah, the song. Because Giorgio Moroder. Giorgio Moroder. If you've got the, you've got it. We've got it. What is it? The, oh my God. Thank you. Daft Punk CD, the latest one that they put out. They do a kind of a tribute to him. And in one of the songs, and actually it's one of her favorite songs on there. It's like an interview with him with like music. And next up, here's a girl that did a few, and she bankrolls some films actually, including this one right here. So this one's by Uli Lomo, and it is The Boogeyman. So we're talking about, of course, Suzanne Love. Suzanne Love was actually, she was fairly rich. Suzanne Love was fairly rich. I think she had like kind of a family fortune, and she helped like bankroll a lot of these films here, the Boogeyman films. They're interesting films. I watched all of these with my better half, and she was so happy and overjoyed that we got to watch this quality filmmaking. How would you rate Suzanne Love as a scream queen? And can you say anything bad about those scenes, like the second one, for instance? Slowly getting down here. This one has a few scream queens on it, and let's just see, two. There's two of them at least, right? There's more than two, but there's two I remember, and I can see the names of them. But Linnea Quigley and Michelle Bauer. If you grew up like when I did, and you're like watching like a lot of the direct-to-DVD movies and stuff like that came out around the late 80s, early 90s, or you read like Scream Queens or Femme Fatale magazine, then more than likely you saw a lot of Linnea Quigley and a lot of Michelle Bauer in there. Both of them are starring this one here with the late Gunnar Hansen. That's Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Is this horror? It's kind of horror. It's horror-ish. And actually has Linnea Quigley's horror workout video on here as well with commentary. So definitely recommend checking this one out. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, really fun little film. Not for everybody, but I really dig it. A list of Scream Queens for me can't go past without one of my favorites that doesn't get talked about very often. And she's from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and that is the beautiful Carolyn Williams. Of course, she plays the DJ in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. They take a liking to her and take her back to their place. And a lot of stuff ensues. But I really do like this movie. She does have a cameo in the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, I think. She's in that one at the beginning. Keep an eye out for her. Next up is the latest of the Scream Queens. And she starred in, well, two of his movies. One is in the theaters right now. I really want to see it. She won't go see it with me. But I really do want to see the movie. You should try to convince her in the comment section down below. And it is Jane Levy, or Levy. I'm not sure which. But she stars here in Evil Dead, the remake. That actually is really freaking good. Huge fan of this movie. She's now in a new movie out called Don't Breathe, which is getting rave reviews all over, pretty much across the board. She stars in Evil Dead, and of course she stars like the the thief in Don't Breathe as well, like one of the three thieves. Convince her that she should see this. She doesn't like a lot of horror, but I think Don't Breathe also has like some like situational comedy that we can get around with that one. Next up is The Fog. This has two of my favorite Scream Queens in it. One you're going to see in another set in a minute. It has Adrienne Barbeau. It's got three reels. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis, it's got Adrienne Barbeau, and it's got Janet Leigh from Psycho. So, just so we can get that part of the way, I didn't have Psycho on song. I have this Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. Amazing, amazing set. Really, it is. I watched a lot of the features. I like to go through them, like year by year, and kind of watch them. That's what I got to do with these things here. But you know, this has some of the major scream queens: Adrienne Barbeau, Janet Leigh, Jamie Lee Curtis, all together in one film. And of course, there's no awkwardness just because John Carpenter is dating Adrienne Barbeau and has broken up with the girl that he's working on the film with here, Deborah Hill. Yeah, but you know, great stuff. And as for others, you know, I wouldn't call call them scream queens or not, but Tippi Hedren and the Birds, and
It's the ladies of Gorman.
okay, she's definitely a lady. And next up is Linda Blair in The Exorcist. I also have The Exorcist 2. That's a movie. But The Exorcist is a really good film. And Linda Blair started out in this here. I did love Linda Blair in movies, non-horror movies like Savage Streets, any of the prison movies, and yeah. I can't talk about her like that here, though. This is kid Linda Blair. That's just creepy. But she was incredible. Shawnee Smith starred in The Blob with Kevin. Oh my God, Kevin Dillon, right? Yeah, Kevin Dillon. And of course, he would go on later to be in the Saw franchise. You cannot forget Shawnee Smith. She definitely deserves to be one of the reigning ladies of horror. Sigourney Weaver, again, kicks ass. Alien is definitely a horror film, whereas some of the other films may be more science fiction action. Alien is a straightforward slasher film in space. That's pretty much what it is. It's Halloween in space, and takes Michael Myers and puts an alien in there instead. It's greatly suspenseful, fantastic film. Sigourney Weaver does an amazing job in it. She will later go on to become Space Marine Sigourney Weaver. Still good, but not as good as the original. This is one I contemplated on. Was I going to put it in? Would I have this girl as a scream queen? Well, you know what? She did a good job in this film. Some people, this is going to be very, very controversial. Jennifer Aniston in Leprechaun. I don't remember any of the other actresses in any other Leprechaun films. I do like them. I think Debbie Dunning was in Part 4, Leprechaun in Space. She's the girl that played the second Tool Time girl in the series Home Improvement. But for what she does, Jennifer Aniston, who would go on to become a much more amazing actress, and to be honest, she's gotten more beautiful as she got older. She definitely has. She has definitely been one of those ladies that's grown into her looks and is more confident as as an older lady than she was back when she did Friends. Like, just watch We're the Millers. We're the Millers? Right, yeah, We're the Millers. That was a good movie. Jason Sudeikis. Can't get his name out. But Jennifer Aniston did a good job in this one here. I do like the Leprechaun series, all except for that WWE Leprechaun movie that revamped it and sucks ass. That really sucks ass. Don't watch it. It's not a good movie. Stay away. No, don't watch it. No, I know you're tempted. Don't do it. It's not the Leprechaun. There's a Leprechaun in it. That was a horrible accent. Okay, next up is Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. We got a few in here. We've got Heather Langenkamp, who's definitely one of the big scream queens, and I don't want to forget the other actress because I have met her. This is not like someone. Ronnie Blakely is in here as well. You know, she played some mother in this, but the girl that played Tina, who I have met and hugged, for the life of me, can't remember her name right now. And you know what? One of the few scream queens that I've met in person and was really, really sweet. I think her name's Amanda. She's been on the series Highlander. But you know, the TV series Highlander. She was like the reporter. But they took her off of it, and which was a real shame because I really liked her character. I love her in this movie. I was really sad when Tina got killed off. And I think this one here also has a couple others. Jennifer Rubin in Part 3. We've got Patricia Arquette here. There's the actress from part 4, who I'm not going to remember her name of, but she was in 2 of them. She was in part 4 and part 5. Uh, she did a fantastic job. Put it down and below, because I know that, last time I did a video and I was like totally blanking on something. James had pretty much put down, this is a death proof. It's a movie you're talking about.
Amanda Weiss.
Amanda Weiss, yeah, that was it. Amanda Weiss. I've got a picture taken with her. It's on my Facebook. She aged extremely well, and a very, very lovely lady. Next up is Felissa Rose. Here's a girl that grew up well too. Felissa Rose is the star of Sleepaway Camp. She plays a very important character by the name of Angela Baker. If you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, it's 2016. Why haven't you seen Sleepaway Camp yet? You should really see this movie. Scream Factory put a great addition to this one. Felissa Rose, amazing job in this film here. When I was writing horror, I said if I write another horror film, I wanted to give her like a good part within the film, because I really liked her, and I kind of had a crush on. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had a crush on Felissa Rose. She is a very beautiful lady. I think she's married to he's a singer, or like an artist or something like that. Like one artist, I mean, like a rock, like a musician. I consider musicians artists. My dad's a musician. He played in a lot of bands, actually. I have no musical talent, zero musical talent. If they had a bucket that was able to carry musical notes, I would not be able to lift that bucket, because I cannot carry a tune. When Sleepaway Camp 2 came out, Bruce Springsteen's sister, Pamela Springsteen, now a very famous photographer, starred in this one as well as part 3. These are 2 of my favorite films. Part 3 is so-so. It's fun, but nothing is as fun as part 2. Part 2 is so great, and Pamela Springsteen just brings it to the character right away. She fully becomes Angela Baker in part 2, and it is such a fun film. Every time I watch this, I got I'm a Happy Camper stuck in my head for days afterwards. Pamela Springsteen is one of my favorite actresses when it comes to this type of stuff, and it's sad that she doesn't want to talk about these movies anymore. She's moved away from it. She wants to basically focus on her photography. When they were doing this here, she didn't want anything at all to do with it, which is really sad, because there she is right there. Kind of cute too. She actually kind of reminds me of my cousin, Charlene. Actually, a younger version of Charlene. Next up is Amelia Kincaid and Linnea Quigley, and that is, of course, Night of the Demons. This is something that, see this one, guys? Halloween's coming up. This is one that you're gonna definitely want to watch during Halloween. Night of the Demons is set on Halloween. It has a really great kind of Halloween horror type of wraparound story as well. Amelia Kincaid, of course, plays the lead Angela on here, and we also have Kathy Podwell as well. She did in Dallas and stuff like that, but she does a great job in here. Linnea Quigley is seen like very early in the film, pretty much bending over so that some other people can steal some stuff. Well, actually, so that we can see Linnea Quigley's butt, because she's a very cute girl, and she did a great job in those films there. Next up is Lisa Langolis in Deadly Eyes. Lisa Langolis also starred in 2 other movies that Scream Factory have out. Class of 1984, which isn't quite horror, so I didn't put that in there, and The Nest, which is cockroaches, and I haven't had the nerve to watch it yet. Down the road, but not yet. But Deadly Eyes is probably the best, Class of 94 is the best, but as horror-wise, this is the best horror that she's done. It is a really cool, like killer rap movie. I do dig this movie. Amazing stuff. Next up is the beautiful, talented Ingrid Pitt. She did a bunch of stuff for Hammer. This is one of the many ones she did. But Vampire Lovers, again, it's a fantastic film. I gotta make sure this is Ingrid Pitt, right? I just had to make sure. I was like, oh my god, did I pick up the wrong film? No, I got a Count Dracula as well. From James, Count Dracula. But Vampire Lovers, I love this movie. It is really fun. And this is like one of the cheapest Scream Factories out there. It's like $10, $19, something like that. A lot of features on here. Actually, that's Kate O'Mara, who I don't think we would consider much of a scream queen, but she acted in like in Doctor Who as as the Rani. She was that character. Speaking of really like amazing scream queens, Barbara Steele. And this is a great set too. I recommend this. As we're going through some of these here, look at some of this stuff here. If you don't have it in your collection, I'm going to recommend some of these things anyway. And I do recommend this one here. This one's up by, I think, Severin, right? Yeah, Severin. It's Nightmare Castle, Castle of Blood and Tear Creatures from the Grave. It's got it's got Barbara Steele. Amazing as always. She just does some great, great stuff in these films. It's 3 movies. It's a great one for Halloween, by the way, guys. Fantastic gothic horror. You get 3 films on Blu-ray. Severin puts it out. Severin does some really great stuff. Barbara Steele's done such amazing stuff. There's so many amazing like Arrow video ones that she did, like the Babel ones, like Black Sabbath, Black Sunday, stuff like that. But I just wanted to showcase that there. One that I didn't take out, and I just thought of it right now, was Shivers. And I probably should. She's in that one. But what I really wanted to showcase for Shivers is the beautiful Lynn Lowry. Lynn Lowry has this kind of like a pixie, like kind of like youngish type of look to her. Again, another fantastically, she's a great actress. She did many stuff. She acted in like Shivers. She acted in Radley Metzger's The Score, which is more of an adultish film. It's not a porn or anything like that, but it's more of like it deals with like subject matter that is definitely for adults, and there's like sexuality in that, both straight and not straight. So yeah, it really took on some broke some boundaries there. It was based on a stage play actually, but anyway, she was in Shivers. She did a great job in that. She was in some other horror films as well, and Lynn Lowry just had to shout her right there. Yeah, it's like shout a thing. Sadly, she passed away way too early in age. Enready has her on his pic, on his profile pic on here on YouTube, and it is a fantastic Soledad Miranda. There's a couple that came out. There was a Vampire Lesbos, and of course, She Killed in Ecstasy. 2 fantastic films. Vampire Lesbos wanted to showcase. It's a great one. It comes with the Vampiros DVD, basically the alternate Spanish version of this as well. And the other one, the She Killed in Ecstasy, comes with a CD soundtrack. So again, some great stuff. Next up is the Scream collection, and who we got in this? We got a couple people actually. We have Neve Campbell, of course. The Sidney Prescott character is one of the main Scream queens of the in the late '90s, early 2000s. And of course, it doesn't just have one Scream queen. We actually kind of got 2. We got Courtney Cox there, who plays the reporter, and there we go, 2 for 1. The Scream collection. Now, in Scream 4, we have another actress that comes into it, and that's Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts, I definitely consider a modern-day Scream queen. Aside from doing an amazing job in Scream 4, and I really do think she did an amazing job in Scream 4, she also anchored and really brought the show Scream Queens up above. Not just that, but she also starred in multiple seasons of American Horror Story, really taking off in things like the Coven season, and doing some great stuff with that as well. So Emma Roberts is definitely a Scream queen and someone to watch out for. Not sure I would consider her a Scream queen, but she definitely was a Scream queen in this film, and she really stood out to me, and that is Jennifer Runyon into All a Good Night. Many guys in the 80s were pretty fascinated by Jennifer Runyon. She was that beautiful, kind of looked like the preppy girl with the bouncy 80s blonde hair. She was in movies like Up the Creek. She acted in the TV series Charles in Charge. And, of course, this movie here, directed by David Hess, actually. David Hess is in a couple of my favorite movies. He did, like, Last House on the Left. He did House on the Edge of the Park. He wasn't just like an actor. He's also a director, and he did music, too. He's like a musician. Fascinating guy, and he directed this film. So, To All a Good Night is a great film. Jennifer Runyon, again, David Hess is not a Scream queen, though, so he doesn't get the say in this one. So Jennifer Runyon is amazing. She's, again, If you're kind of wondering if she looks kind of familiar and you're not quite sure what you know her from, think back to the original Ghostbusters film. She's the girl in the library. I have to put her here because she is amazing, and she is Asia Argento. Uh, some people pronounce it Asia, but Azia is pretty much, from what I've heard, that's the actual pronunciation of her name. She did a bunch of her father's films, but I really wanted to showcase one of my favorites, which is the Stendhal Syndrome. Trauma is a great film too. I don't own it though. Trauma is probably the only D'Argento like film of that era that I don't own. But Stendhal Syndrome, again, a great film. I thought it was a great film. Some people didn't get into the twist as much as I did. I really thought it was an interesting twist. Thought that he did a great job with it. And she's just like fantastic. Speaking of Scream Queens, we got Julie Strain. Nobody forgets Julie Strain once you've seen Julie Strain. I'm going to show you Sorceress because I don't have the one that I really want to show you. Well, actually, no, I really like this movie though. Yeah, there's a lot of Julie Strain in this movie. A lot of really quality Julie Strain. But she did another movie too called Witchcraft, like Witchcraft 6 or something like that. She did one of the Witchcraft movies. So I got Sorceress, which was like, there's two ultimate Julie Strains you gotta have. Sorceress, you gotta have this one. This is like, it's got Linda Blair too, and there's another actress in this one as well. But I think it's Swanson, somebody Swanson. Oh, there it is, Rochelle Swanson. But Julie Strain is, Linda Blair is not the Linda Blair of Savage Streets. There's no nudity for Linda Blair in this one, but there's a ton of nudity for Julie Strain. A ton. And, of course, also grab the Bullets, Babes, and, Guns, whatever. That set, that Andy Sedaris set. It just, if you look at my videos and you go most viewed videos, that's like one or two on the list of the most viewed videos I've ever done. Girls, Guns, and G-Strings. Bullets, Babes. See? Totally. But Sorceress is a fantastic film. You haven't watched this one, have you? You have to watch this movie. No. This one may just be a mite too sleazy for my better half, but it is a fantastic little film. It's got a great cast too. I mean, we got like Linda Blair, Eddie Albert's in this, Larry Poindexter's in this, William Marshall, Michael Parks is in this film as well, of course. And Michael Parks from Red State. So great stuff. Next up is what we already mentioned her. I'll say it again, Barbara Crampton, Reanimator. So we already said her, but what else doing this list out? I had movie Sisters over there in my Arrow video collection, but I probably could use that. But I kind of wanted to use this one. This is my favorite movie of all time. When people ask me to list what my favorite films are, it goes back and forth on my favorite horror films of all time. But the number one favorite horror film of all time never changes. I originally started with the Critical Mass copy of it. I upgraded to the Seasons Grievings edition that came out here exclusively in Canada. Great cover. I got to show you the cover on the inside of this movie because it's fantastic. And Scream Factory is putting out another edition of this. So if there are other features that I don't have, I'll buy that as well because this is my favorite movie. This is my Citizen Kane, guys. This is the one I love. And there are some great Scream Queens in this movie. Who have we got in this movie? Well, we've got Margot Kidder. Lois Lane, my crush, everybody's crush. Lois Lane, she's amazing. She rocks in this movie here. We've got Olivia Hussey in the lead as well, and she does a fantastic job with this. And Andrea Martin, actually. Andrea Martin, was she really a Scream Queen? She was an SCTV, but yeah, she does a good job in this one. She's like the third girl in the film, the curly-haired one. But you know what else she's in? A film that I don't have that I would love to own, Cannibal Girls. I really, really dig that. You guys know I love Canuxploitation, and this is great Canuxploitation, Black Christmas and Cannibal Girls. 3 Scream Queens there, Margot Kidder, Olivia Hussey, and yeah, I'm putting her on there, Andrea Martin, because I'm Canadian and I can do that. Next up is one that I actually met in person, and she gave me a very nice hug. She was the sweetest girl, I gotta say, and I hope to see many, many more things from her. She did a great job in this. Her and her, I think her boyfriend or husband, I'm not sure which. He directed the film. He made it. He's a really nice guy too, but she just stood out. He's pretty punk rock, But she came up and I talked to her about, like, I've been following the movie, supporting it through Facebook and through word of mouth. Yeah, I came over. I bought the movie. I bought the mask as well, and that is The Orphan Killer. Diane Foster just does a really good job in this. I really like her. She's an amazingly sweet girl. If you ever go to a convention that Diane Foster's is at, like you ever see the Orphan Killer guys at the convention, go over. If you don't have this one, they got a steelbook as well. This was the original Blu Ray, but there's a steelbook out too that actually has a documentary on it that I got to pick up down the road on the movie. So this one here actually had a CD of the soundtrack. But Diane Foster is amazing, and if you do go over to a convention and you do speak to Diane Foster, show some props and respect. She's a really sweet lady. What series gave us the most Scream Queens? What horror series gave us the most Scream Queens? I think it's pretty obvious. And that's Friday the 13th. This is the DVD set that I got. I don't have the Blu-ray set. Unfortunately, it sold out before I had a chance to get it. I'm hoping that maybe they'll release a new one once the new movie comes out. But there's like a ton of people in this one that we can consider. Of course, there's the original, Adrian Barbeau. Oh my God, dude! Oh, this is gonna kill me. I need tea. Dana Kimmel from part 3, of course. We have. I'm gonna do what one of my favorite YouTubers does. I'm gonna use my iPad Air. I love the fact you can actually just touch it and just go right in. So we're going to go to my cheat sheet because I've been doing a video for over 30 minutes, and at that point, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my brain kind of fried. So we're gonna go there to the Friday 13th franchise, and we're gonna see all these names that I normally know can rhyme up. I can rhyme off all of the guys that play Jason, from Ari Lehman to Warrington Gillette to Steve. I'm gonna say Dash because it's got a really long name. Richard Brooker, Ted White. Oh man, there's so many of them. We got like C.J. Graham, Kane Hodder, the dude that I don't care about, and a bunch of others. But and of course Derek Mears, which I think did a great job. Adrienne King, there's the name I didn't remember. Adrienne King, she did a fantastic job in this. We got Adrienne King in this one here. There's who definitely would be like considered Scream Queen. Amy Steele, who not only did Friday the 13th Part 2, but she also did April Fool's Day, which is one of my favorites. Part 3 got Dana Kimmel. Part 4 has it's Corey Feldman. Part 5 has Melanie Kinnaman. Part 6 we have the very beautiful and lovely, what's her name? She's gorgeous. There's a couple in Part 6 actually. So let's go to Jason Lives. We'll go from there. See. Okay, that's not Jason Lives. Okay, this is Jason Lives. And in Part 6, we got, Jennifer Cook is in that one. But there's more than that. Renee Jones, who actually acted on Days for Life as well. She played Lexi Carver. And she's amazingly beautiful. She's in that. Darcy DeMoss is in that. I love Darcy DeMoss. Actually, she's in she's in a couple other movies. There's one that I really want that she's in, but I don't have it yet. That I'm gonna get down the road. It's not like a horror movie though, but she acts with one of my other favorite actors, which we're gonna get to because I'm leaving that one till later. Part 7 has girl from Knots Landing. That's man, I can't believe. How can I not remember? Part 7 where all the actors were gay. That's not a slight. That's actually true. Most of the actors in Part 7 were actually gay. Kevin Spirtus is is definitely very out. Lar Park Lincoln. I love Lar Park Lincoln. Even in Part 8 wasn't overtly bad. We had for actress wise, I think that Jensen Daggett did a decent job. Part 9, we got like Aaron Gray in that one as well. And I'm a big fan of Aaron Gray from the Buck Rogers days. Uh, Part 10 is a ton of like Lexi Dogs in Part 10. Uh, and of course, then we had like the girl from The Mentalist in the latest Friday the 13th as well. And Monica Keene is in Freddy vs. Jason, which sucks ass, but still, let's put it out there. So Friday the 13th had a ton of actresses that just like spun off and did like some great stuff. Some amazing people. So you can never underestimate Friday the 13th. Next up is I think I got like a steelbook of this too, but I couldn't. I had to go out there to grab it, so I just decided to grab this one. This is actually Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is kind of the Black Maria edition. Marilyn Burns. I thought about taking Eaten Alive, then I decided to go with this one. I'll bring this one because it is, if you don't have Texas Chainsaw Massacre and you have the money to throw down for like the big edition, it really is worth it. There's an extra bonus discount. It's awesome. Marilyn Burns does an amazing job. She's great in Eaten Alive. She is great in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She looks terrified through that entire film. The look in her eyes, she really, really gets that across. And Marilyn Burns is amazing. It was very cool to see her in the new one with Alexandra Daddario. I can't get her name. The girl from True Detective. But she has a small part at the beginning of it, but a very pivotal part. Speaking of newer ones, I think it's Adam McDonald, right? Yeah, and that is Stage Fright. She does an amazing job. Stage Fright was incredible. Do you remember Stage Fright? The musical one? Did you watch this?
Yeah, actually I did.
This was really good. It's one that we both watched together. We didn't think it was going to be any good. I think we had like the movie channel at the time. Like we had for a short period of time. Like yeah, because basically, so they messed up, and him called them. He said, "That's it. We're canceling the cable. We're going to go with Rogers and stuff." She said, "Well, what can we do?" So I don't know. I don't think there's anything you can do. Said, look, but we'll give you the movie channel for 3 months. So they did, and I got to see Stage Fright, which made me go out and get this. As you can see, I got this from a video store when it was closing down. I normally take these things off, but I wanted to keep it on because actually, it's from like a video store that's no more. And I wonder if it still has the Allen's Video sticker on the inside. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. But Stage Fright was a fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it really is a fantastic film. She does a great job in the role. Minnie Driver has a small part in this as well. But L.A. McDonald she does fantastic. And the guy that plays the killer, he's awesome. He's like Ralph Garman level-ish when it comes to impressions and stuff like that. This one has a bunch. Not everybody loves this one, but I do. I actually really, really do. We've got Denise Richards, we have Marley Shelton, and we have Katherine Heigl. And it's Valentine. Valentine, it's a fantastic throwback to the 80s slasher genre. It stars Jamie Blank. It's directed by Jamie Blanks, and his love for the slasher genre really, really shows. There's like some scenes here, like throwbacks to the Prowler and stuff like that. Just some great stuff. I really did like this movie. This gets like an unfair rap in the horror community. Next up is Susie Kendall. And of course, when you're talking about Susie Kendall, you want to talk about one of the ultimate Susie Kendall horror films, Torso. Sergio Martino did a fantastic job with this. Susie Kendall is just amazing in this one. How can you not fall in love with Susie Kendall? She just does such a great job. I remember being a kid and just being so enamored with her, just as an actress, as a woman. She does a fantastic job. She's a very suspenseful film. Check it out, guys. I got that on Blu Ray as well. Next up is, and I have this one in like 3 different versions, is Katrina McCall, and of course, City of the Living Dead, and of course, also The Beyond. She did a lot of stuff for Lucio Fulci, but Katrina McCall was like a amazingly beautiful lady. Check it out. I mean, like she does some great stuff. If you like Fulci, for me, she is the Fulci girl. Katrina McCall is. I don't have the original Maniac, so I couldn't use that one. But I figured I'd use the, I guess, at least a spiritual, like, successor to it, the last horror film, and that is Carolyn Monroe. Again, another amazing actress. She did some Hammer stuff as well. Of course, James Bond. But I really, really like Carolyn Monroe. This is the Trauma. Basically, they did a bunch of these here editions. This is a Trauma Retro. It's a Trauma Masterpiece collection. So I did a bunch of these Trauma Masterpiece ones, which are actually taken as more serious films as opposed to the original, like, Trauma, kind of like the cheesy stuff. The last horror film, actually a good film with Joe Spinell and Carolyn Monroe. I really need to pick up Maniac. It's a shame that I'm a horror fan. I don't have Maniac in my collection. Next up is Joe Sholin. I got the Blu Ray of this one as well, but here's the MGM DVD, you guys. Well, this one is Phantom of the Opera. I like Joe Sholin. I love her in movies like, even silly stuff like Cutting Class and all that. She just is fantastic in all that stuff. There we go. Catherine Isabel, and I got a couple movies with Catherine Isabel. Here's her the more modern one that she did, and that's of course American Mary with the Soska sister. She's pretty much known for this one. This became like one of her calling cards. But originally, Catherine Isabel was in the Ginger Snaps trilogy. Again, some really great films. She has a small part in part 2, but parts 1 and 3, of course, she's like one of the leads. The other actress as well, the girl whose name that's escaped me. She actually married the director of the film, and they still don't have her name on her. But this is a great little set. This is like I bought this one when CD Plus was actually a thing around here, and it actually has all 3 of the Ginger Snaps films on there, and just like 2 fantastic leads in there. And could I look her name up on my iPad Air? Yes, I could. Couldn't I? Let's do that because she deserves it. She does an amazing job, and she's not like a lot of people look towards Catherine Isabel because Catherine Isabel is such a beautiful, beautiful lady, but Emily Perkins is definitely no, she does a great job. Not only is that, she's a strong character in the film. So at 46 minutes, my better half is going to be going up to bed, so I have to go for a minute. I'll be right back. Hey there, I'm back. My better half's gone to bed, and little known fact, probably an unknown fact, anytime that I stop my video, usually I grab some tea, but another thing that I do when I'm getting that tea is I'll usually put a song on in the background, something that'll pretty much hype me for, in a lot of cases, for the rest of the video. Tonight, that was, just to let you know, that was the song We're Come to Kill You from Dead and Breakfast, which is a movie that I really do enjoy. If you have never checked it out, check it out. I'm going to do a video soon, actually prepping for Halloween coming up, the Halloween month, so I'm going to show you guys some of my choices for some horror films for Halloween time, and maybe I'll put some in there that, you wouldn't normally think about, like Dead and Breakfast, ones that can be a lot of fun. Because as you're going through the Halloween month and you're going through different horror and stuff like that, there's going to be times you want to break it up with a Halloween special, with a Halloween-oriented documentary, with some different stuff, and maybe with some comedic stuff too, with comedic horror as well, like movies like Dead and Breakfast and stuff like that. So let's get back to my video right now with the top ladies of horror. Next up, we have Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar. Of course, Sarah Michelle Gellar will go on for, at this point she's already on, but, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was what she would be big as a lady horror, and that cannot be underscored there. But I know what you last summer, a lot of people, are, man, I really kind of dug it. I even kind of liked its cheesiness of the second one. There was certain aspects of the second one that were okay. The third one was pretty ridiculous, but I like pretty ridiculous films, so this is what it is. But Jennifer Love Hewitt did a great job in the first film, and as far as the later Scream ones go, this is not as good as something like Valentine, in my opinion, but it's still really good, and the killer has a very iconic look to him. It's very different from the book. I Know What You Did Last Summer was a young adult book, and it's by, what's her name again? I used to read the author so much, too, that I really should know. It's a shock that I do not know the author's name right now. It's like Lois something. They don't have her name. Oh, Lois Duncan. I was going to say, if they didn't have her name in there. but I read a lot of Lois Duncan when I was younger. Well, here we go. And actually, in both of them, no, because different actors played in the second one, right? Yeah, it did. So in the first one it was Deborah Foreman. In the second one it was Monica Schnarr and the Waxworks. A lot of people are very excited that those Vestron videos are coming out, those Blu-rays. Me too. Unfortunately, I'm saving up right now, so I'm really hoping that these keep around for a while and I can pick them up. But right now I just have the double feature DVD Waxworks and Waxworks 2. This is coming out on Blu-ray. But to answer a question somebody asked me earlier on, is the Artisan one, is it 2 discs or 1 disc? Well, it's a 1 disc set. Great, great quality on it. Still, I found good quality, but still, the Blu-ray is gonna tons of features. Definitely worth picking up. But again, Deborah Foreman, fantastic in the first film. I mean, like Monica Schnarr does a good job. Hope we got her name right in the second one. But also, a real fan of Deborah Foreman. I really liked her. I think Matt actually liked the girl in the second one too. But I remember we did a review on this. I'd have to get back and check it out. My son Matt did a lot of great reviews with me on these things. A lot of these things. Who would be the main one for this one? There's a few in this one. I'm not even gonna say. There's just a ton. This is one of those ensemble female casts that I kind of dug. And like I said, there's going to be some scream queens, and every once in a while I'm going to throw in something in there that I just really, really got a kick out of, and that is Sorority Row. This is a remake of another film, by the way. That's also on this list here. A great female cast. Actually has Carrie Fisher in there as well, and she does a good job, kind of doing the house mother role. And it's an underrated, as far as the remakes go, it's fairly underrated remakes. Kind of fun. Kind of silly, kind of fun. Next up is one of the premium scream queens that nobody gives any credit to, and Lord knows she did a hell of a lot of screaming, probably on camera and off. That is Shelley Duvall in The Shining. She is incredible in this role here. Of course, you guys know I got the Blu-ray of this one as well. I got that from my good friend Sammy from Falgar. Actually, Falgar just did a video, basically because Toddy Walnuts had actually. Who knows a lot of these smaller companies and stuff like that. Todd has a lot of these kind of I think so Brink Vision. So Brink Vision is a company that has a lot of kind of cool indie horror out there, and Todd kind of turned Sammy onto them, and they sent Sammy this gift of a bunch of DVDs. You should really check it out if you like horror stuff, because Todd helped Sammy get into this company, and this company sent Sammy this bunch of stuff. So greatness there. The Shining. I love this movie. I really do. I mean, is it a good adaptation of the book? No, it's not. It's really not. But it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. It's really well done. Room 237, you got to watch after watching this. It's a fantastically silly, cheesy, fun documentary. But Shelley Duvall rocks it in this. She does an amazing job. And it is there's no stretch to see this girl is going to be the perfect Olive Oyl, and she was. Hi, help me, Papa. Let's go to the iPad Air again, huh? Because I want to know the actress from part 2. Wendy Leon. I gotta mention that too because. So, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis from Prom Night and from Halloween and Terror Train and many other films. The second movie here had Wendy, I think it's Wendy Leon, Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2, which is actually even more fun. It had Justin Lewis in it as one of the main characters. Who's Justin Lewis? If you watch Motive, you know who he is. He's one of the leads in that, and his real name is Louis Ferrer. He had a stage name that he went with early on in his career. But one of my favorite, he did actors actually. He was in Stargate Universe as a lead in that, and he was in like Durham County in the first season playing the serial killer. Uh, and of course, he's an actor in a show that I used to watch called Urban Angel. It was a Canadian like show. So, but there he is. But I really should be showing him because I should be like focusing on the Scream Queen. So shouldn't I? Like, I'll be honest, guys. I go on these little tangent things and see if I can bring her up. I'm going on. And guys, let me know if I get the name wrong, because you know that's the only way I learn. My God. She did like a bunch of films, but I want to see her. And okay, no, she's naked in that one. Let's get her from Prom Night 2. She did a really great job as Mary Lou. She really, really did. Pretty sure she was Mary Lou, right? But there's just there's so many nude scenes. Damn it, man. There's a scene from Prom Night 2 right there. She wasn't that naked in the movie. It's just that's the scenes that they're snapping. This is the a box set actually that came out. This is the first 4 Prom Night films. There's the remake as well. There's a box set that I got my my cousin that has the 4 of them, and then the the other one on there. So this one has the first 4. Doesn't have the remake because that already is remake on Blu-ray. I do like the remake. Indie Phantom also mentioned he liked the remake as well. So great minds think alike. Next up is Virginia Madison in Candyman. Again, another favorite of mine. Actually, I recently watched this one on Crackle again, and I really got to rewatch a lot of these series. I'm looking forward to Halloween coming up and actually really getting into this stuff. I'm going to be starting my Halloween movie series, like horror-thon, early. And I hope you guys don't mind that. I'll be starting to review horror films soon, because I'm going to be hopefully going away for a few days in October to on vacation. I will be doing like taking some footage and doing some videos. Either doing the footage and doing the videos when I get back home is more than likely what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can. Many of you guys have heard me talking about it down here, so looking forward to that. Cross some fingers, guys, that all works out okay. And one of my favorites movies ever is House on Sorority Row. When it comes to slasher, I love slasher movies. Slasher movies are it's my favorite horror genre. It's my baby. It's my happy space. So whenever I want to like get to my really, really happy space, these kind of do it. And this is a House on Sorority Row. It's got Annie Davidson. She would go on to star in like in Young and Restless with Ashley Abbott, and she would be on Days of Our Lives as multiple characters. But I just really love. She plays a bitchy character, but I really like the way she does it. Just an incredible film. I really love this film. Catherine McNeil's in this as well. She's a star of it, actually. I think that Annie Davidson is a standout in the film. This is a great addition. There's a Blu-ray of this as well. But you know, it's part of the Katrina Nightmare Theater. I don't have much when it comes to Scorpion or Code Red. I really want more Code Red. And more Scorpion releasing. I want, like, they got some great stuff. This is part of the, be obnoxious and, like, honk your horn like that. Like, look at some of the stuff they got out there. Like, obviously I got Final Exam because that was done through Scream Factory as well. But stuff like Humongous and Whispers, and, like, Whispers I really like that, actually. It's really got a V.C. Anderson style to it. It's a Dean Koontz one. And other V.C. Anderson style to it. Humongous was one I saw in theater when I was young. I don't own that one. Satan's Slave, Satan's Blood. There's so many. I need to pick up. He actually put out some great ones recently. Code Red have done some amazing stuff as well. Like Code Red and Scorpion releasing. They obviously they work together. Like they're brothers. So, but really check this out. Great actresses, amazing film. This is a great one for around Halloween time, for that month Halloween. If you got this one in your collection, or if it's just something you're looking at and you found it maybe at a half price books or somewhere like that, because I think it might be out of print. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know. I don't know. Like, a lot of people do like these movies that I got that are out of print, and I don't know how to know. In a lot of cases, if some of the movies I got are out of print, I could be like, there could be a lot that, but I really haven't like looked into it. I just when I collect, I haven't really collected to see if it was in print or out of print. It's just stuff that I really like some stuff I'll know is out of print, like the With No Knife set, or like the original Hellraiser set box set that I got, stuff like that, or the Vincent Price set, because they went out of print like fairly fast. But a lot of stuff like this, I'm never quite sure. But guys like Toddy Walnuts and Logan Toxic, they would, they know the out of print stuff. So anybody knows like a website for that? Maybe I'll do an out of print video if I can actually find them find on a website somewhere where I can actually see what's out of print, and then I'll like put them all together and show you guys. There's an idea. Next up is a remake that I actually dug, and I think I may have been in the minority. I know I was in the minority for this one, but Angela Bettis stars in this one, but the actress that I love in this one, and obviously she was in Buffy too, and I loved her character from Buffy, but I just love this actress. She's a very beautiful lady, and she's a pretty lady. I like her a lot. Where did that voice come from? Juliet Landau, actually, in Toolbox Murders. This is the remake. It has nothing to do with the original Toolbox Murders, which was an amazing film in its own right. That's not on my list here because there was no like standout breakthrough actress in there. There may have been, but if there is, I don't remember her right now, and I apologize for that. But there were some great like beautiful ladies in Toolbox Murders. But I really think of it. I think of like people like Cameron Mitchell and Leslie Ury. That's who stand out for me with the Toolbox Murders films. But the film, the original. But this one here, Juliet Landau, Angela Bettis. But Juliet Landau obviously is one that I just there's just something about her. One that I don't have on the list that Hayden said I probably should have had is Cassandra Peterson, who plays Elvira. She's definitely a lady horror for sure, and Sammy got me the Elvira. I love the Elvira movies actually, and I don't know where they're at right now. Yes, I do actually. They're with my the other ones that I got from you a long time ago. Man, what's it called? The film crew, the ones with the Mystery Science Theater kind of spin-off ones. Okay, when it comes to really kick-ass, and I'm not going to get the names right. I'm not even going to say the names, to be honest with you. I'm just going to show you this movie. This is a movie with two amazing, kick-ass, awesome, incredible female leads. This is a fantastic film. It's a fantastic slasher movie. It's very high octane. It just starts up. It has a great reason actually for the killer, just the why he's still going. Definitely check it out. The girl's done like much stuff like since then. She was in Chernobyl Diaries. She was in Hands on Gretel, Witch Hunters. But Cold Prey 2, or as Matthew and me would say, because we sat under the title, Fritwild 2, because we didn't see this in English or even remotely in English. We actually saw this long before, basically, with just subtitles that were at the time. This thing took a long time to get over here, and we had to find it through other means. And it had first we didn't find subtitles for we had 1 and 2, and we had to go find subtitles for them. As soon as he came out on DVD, I bought them. I would love to have Blu-rays of these. I would love to see Scream Factory. I'm pretty sure didn't Shout Factory put this? Yeah, Shout Factory put this out. This belongs with a special edition on Scream Factory. These are amazing. The first two anyway are amazing films. I don't know if I've seen all of the third one. It's a prequel, but these two ladies, they are definitely amazing ladies of horror. They deserve that distinction. I'm getting to my favorite. By the way, these aren't done in any order. I just wanted to leave my favorite, and she's not really a lady of horror. She's not a scream queen, but I just really like this actress, so I wanted to leave her for last anyway. But this girl here, I utterly adore, and she does a lot of indie stuff. She's really proud of the stuff she does. She kicks ass, and that's Tiffany Shepis. Nightmare Man is one of my favorite Tiffany Shepis films. She actually gets to really shine in this. she's really, really. I would need to meet this girl. She's just incredible. I just want to tell her that I really enjoy the stuff that she does. And if we ever get back to writing again, I would love to write something with her in it because I know she would do an awesome, amazing, strong lead character because she's just really good with that. Next up is Melissa Sue Anderson and, I forget the other name, just watch, Tracy Bergman. And guess who else is in this one? Yeah, Lisa Langolis, the same actress that was in The Nest, Deadly Eyes, and Class of 1984. And that is the classic Happy Birthday to Me. I have the Blu Ray by Mayo Creek, but I thought you guys would appreciate more seeing the actual, more like the kind of like the original cover art for this one here. This is what was basically shown for the, if you went to see it in theater, this is kind of like pretty close to what the poster was. This is awesome, isn't it? That's really, that is sick. That is pretty damn sick. From the producers of My Bloody Valentine, Happy Birthday to Me. I was in Ontario when this one came out, and I remember like reading the newspaper, reading the Sun in Toronto, and because I was living in Toronto at the time, I'm pretty sure it was Toronto, Mississauga. I was in Lakeshore. I lived in Lakeshore, Mississauga for a while. So if you guys are anybody's here from Ontario, I lived in in the Toronto region, and I went to elementary school in Mississauga on Lakeshore, and I lived in the big high rise. So if anybody lives up that way, I used to live there. And in the newspaper, they'd have like this big section of all the movies that were coming out, and they'd show like a bunch of movie posters. There'd be pages and pages of movie posters. I would like cut them out and I put them onto like scrapbooks and stuff, ones that I really liked. And this one here, I was fascinated with this one. I really wanted to see this movie when I was a kid. I didn't get to see it in theater. I did go see it later on VHS, but I remember like taking out the poster. This is a Snow Anchor Bay one, right? Yeah, and it is the late, sadly, Karen Black in Trilogy of Terror. I don't have the sequel. I really love to have the sequel actually, Trilogy of Terror 2. Which stars, oh my god, she did so much. Lydia Denier, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not Lydia Denier. Lydia Denier played against her in another film. Vet, alright. Vet, it's killing me. It's killing me, guys. It's just on the tip of my tongue. Blonde actress, okay, sure, why? Lizette Anthony. Well, how could I not remember that? She was in like Dark Shadows. There's the Scream Queen. There's the Scream Queen or Lady Horror for you. Lizette Anthony. She did a great job in the remake of Dark Shadows. You know, the one with Ben Cross, playing Angelique, talking about her Barnabas, and she was of course, the star of Trilogy of Terror 2, doing the kind of like doing what Karen Black did by acting in all three tales. And actually, I love both of these movies. But Trilogy of Terror 2 actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit creepier, a bit more, especially with the rat scene and stuff like that. So we're almost done. We got down to two of my top favorites, and everybody knows this one. This is only the 2-disc edition. There's like a 3-disc edition, but there's a Blu-ray coming out from a Snaps. Watch out for that one, guys. Suspiria, and you guys know I love Jessica Harper. I think I adore Jessica Harper. I'm a fan of the Paradise, Suspiria. There's so much, Shock Treatment. I love Shock Treatment. But of course, she got a big start in well, no, I don't want to say start, but damn, she laid down the case, and she's such an amazing part of the film too. There she is. There we go. Get to see her eye. Who's my favorite? Is she a Scream Queen? No, but she's in a lot of genre films, be it like sexploitation, women in prison movies, and some horror and stuff as well. She does one that I got put over there, so I'm not going to take it out, which is called They're Playing with Fire. But my favorite, I'm not going to lie, I really think, and I still, to this day, I still think she's a very beautiful woman. I really do. I mean, when she was in when she was in the movie Halloween, I didn't even really like Rob Zombie's Halloween very much, but she did the scene as a nurse, and my heart skipped a beat. I'm just like, she hasn't lost anything for me. And that is, of course, so she's on the back, Sybil Danning. Sybil Danning is my favorite. of all time. I did. I mean, there's so many great ones out there, and I know you're probably like, how can you put Sybil Danning at number one? There's so Linda Blair and all these people, but just look at her. She is absolutely stunning, and she has so many great films. I mean, over in the box set over there, the Killer Dame set. Uh, she's in the Red Queen kills 7 times, and she does an amazing job. You wouldn't like. She actually looks very different. You got to see the interview with her on that as well. She has a great interview. Uh, love Sybil Danning. She is just an amazingly beautiful actress. Everything about her, I'm just a fantastic fan of hers. There's a bunch. There's a bunch. I got like a list of like movies that I want to pick up, and like a lot of them, like I got to get some more. I want to get more Sybil Danning in my collection. I got to go through her like by her filmography. And another one I'd like to have. She's not a scream queen, but I would like to list her as in the Ladies of Horror section because I'm not going to do a Ladies of Exploitation one, not anytime soon. Is Diane Thorne, who of course did the Yoso role in the Yoso trilogy, one that I definitely have to pick up myself. And she's right up there with Sybil Danning. But Sybil Danning is like she's the queen for me. That is my Lady of Horror. Although, I'm normally, I'll be honest, like blondes aren't kind of my thing when it comes to a lot of this here. But I guess there are some, right? Jennifer Runyon was, and like Sybil Danning, but I like more exotic, like Natasha Kinski type European style. But Sybil Danning just breaks all those rules. She's still exotic and amazing and incredible, and she is just the top. She's Mahatma Gandhi. She's the top. She's Napoleon Brandy. Uh, I love her. I mean, like, they're playing with fire, Howling 2, God, The Tomb. There's so many movies that she was in. She was in Amazon Women. Amazon Women on the Moon? Something like that. It was kind of a cheesy, like, really fun movie. She did so much, and just look her up. I mean, she did some great stuff. And I would love to see more. She wanted to do a sequel to The Howling. She wants to bring her character back with some better actors around her. And damn straight, I would, to this day, and I would love to see Sybil Danning do like reprise her role. She did a great job in it. Like there was her and Christopher Lee did an actually decent job in this film here. Like there is some pretty bad acting in Howling too, but not by those two. They really tried to do the best that they could with the film, and I'm a big Sybil Danning fan. They're Playing with Fire was probably definitely one of my favorites. She done like much women's in prison, but I don't think I got any of her women's in prison movies. Like I have to rectify. Let's just see. Sybil Danning. She's one of my favorites. Not one of my. Sybil Danning is my favorite. That is the girl. My movie. Obviously, the girl is the girl that I'm with, but you know what I mean. But she did like so much, and this is I'll bring a picture up in a second. But she was of course in the Grindr segment, Worth Women of the SS. She was in the TV series Superboy back in the 80s. The Phantom Empire, she was in that one. Warrior Queen, Reform School Girls, like she was the warden in that one, actually that was pretty cool. Private Passions, Young Lady Chatterley 2. She was in Street Hawk, episode of Street Hawk? Okay, cool. She was in V. She did a bunch of TV shows. She was in Hercules, of course, and not the TV series, like the one with, I think, Lou Ferrigno. And a lot of like the early stuff, Cat and the Canary, Cat in the Cage, The Three Musketeers. She did those, with the Lester films. She was in Bluebeard, of course, the one I mentioned for Lady in Red Kills 7 times. She did a great job in that, and she. I just love Sybil Danning, and I'm going to show you a picture. Let's bring up Sybil Danning here. So, the Harry Langdon poster was banned from the Atlanta World Fair as too dangerous. Just a normal picture of Sybil Danning in a bikini. Nothing kind of raunchy or anything like that. That's my favorite, right there. So there's a list, a big list of stuff. There's movies there that obviously I recommend for Halloween. the Texas Chainsaw Massacre set. Definitely movies like Suspiria. Look over the Prom Night films again. Give them another look. It's a fun little franchise. Um, Definitely watch Graduation Day. Just so many great films, so many great ladies. Uh, Horror gets a bad rap, especially when it comes to the way that it says that it treats some of the female characters. Horror is often considered like it's misogynistic, but the women in horror films, and by far and large, in a lot of cases, are much stronger than a lot of the women in other films, and uh, they don't get that. We don't they don't get enough credit for that. The fact that there's a lot of strong, kick-ass women in horror films, right from and not just like Sigourney Weaver, but uh, but the ladies of the Friday the 13th films, the final girls that made it, and ones that I didn't have on my list because I don't have them, were of course the Final Girl films. Final Girl was a great film, and I'm not sure I've seen Abigail. Yes, I did see Abigail Breslin. It wasn't very good, but I like Abigail Breslin. But definitely, there's a lot of fantastic females doing amazing kick-ass roles in horror films. Rachel Ward, of course, which I don't have the film, but she was in Night School. Uh, just amazingly credible female actresses. But in a lot of cases, what happens is that they look at horror and they think back and they see like something that they'll see something and they'll be like, no, this is not a horror makes women look make women look bad, or like all women die. No, they don't. And actually, you get a lot of kick-ass like characters in horror films, female characters that are strong, independent, amazing women. And we're gonna leave with one that's been really controversial, but go watch Count Dracula's review of it. He does an amazing dissection of this film, and it takes I think it's 2 videos, but it's really worth watching. It's really worth getting into, and that is Camille Keaton. So she just does incredible, and I'm just going to call it like what it was the original title. I'm not going to give the other title right now. Why? Because I'm tired. And Day of the Woman. And there, this is the video of the woman, guys. Ladies that kick ass, take names, and some that look like Sybil Danning. Amazingly beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys. For me right now, I just grabbed another cup of tea right there. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to drink my tea. I'm going to pop back a ton of DVDs and Blu-rays. Have a great night. For me, it's time for tea. Hi there, and thanks for staying for the after credit sequence. This has been quite a long video, and I appreciate you guys for staying throughout the entire thing, and for staying for the after credit part as well. I'm sure there are a lot of great female, great actresses out there that I have forgotten to put on the list. Feel free to school me and tell me some of the many actresses that I didn't get to in this video. I wanted to make this like a fairly long video, but not overtly long, because I do kind of want to make another one tonight. I have an idea for something, and we'll see if it gets done. I got my daughter coming over tomorrow, so that'll be there. She'll be here for the weekend, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get any videos done. I might get one done with her. It depends on the type of mood she's in, if we watch anything. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Again, I want to thank everybody that actually that helped out with this. Again, the amazing people that have responded onto my videos, from OP0909 to Sammy, Falgar, Archmage Falgar, if you watch the Let's Play channel, from Toddy Walnuts to James, from James, and just so many great people there. Mark Stewart, there's too many indie fandoms, way too many people to mention. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all your help and your support, and the stuff that you've been able to like keep me up. Because I had a time in this period where I felt like a little bit darker and wasn't going into this, but hopefully you guys can see now that I'm feeling a lot better about about my channel, about what I'm doing, and I hope that that's showing in the videos that I do. Have a great night, guys. For me right now, that tea is delicious. I just tasted it. I gotta have some more. So it's that time. It is time for tea.